and talk about something different. We always hear about Jamaica give music to the world and is ska and rocksteady and reggae and dancehall and DJ music and thing. But and then occasionally a man who in the know will say, want to Nyabinghi music. Because nobody really talks about Nyabinghi. And I guess to the whole Rasta tradition, we come from a country where we love Rasta for the fashion, but there's a side of the Rastafari thing that nobody...
No, the serious side of Rastafari, people don't want to hug up that, and it's a sad state of affairs.
But you see, that happened because man like you trim off your locks. I don't even know which part you bury.
No, but Rasta, your heart.
Rasta, but you see my Rasta over my heart over here. So,
Divine conception.
Anyway, today we're going to talk about...
many are called, but few are chosen.
Nyabinghi music. The Nyabinghi component of Jamaican music that is hardly spoken of. Yet,
and we have two special guests.
Absolutely. I'm trying to see where they are. There they are.
Priest Dougie
and Ras
Ivy.
Yeah.
Greetings, brothers.
Your microphone want to turn on, Ras Ivy.
No, my mic, I'm muted now.
It's on.
Greetings, brother.
Greetings.
Blessings, man. Blessings, Rastafari.
And Priest Dougie.
Yeah, man. Give that.
Respect.
To behind them again still. Priest Dougie.
Yeah. These one of the things when we have a topic like this, God, we don't want to wing it. And when we have experts, people who have contributed
and
time
more than
and scholarship, who have livity,
who are living the lifestyle,
absolutely,
who are living the life itself.
It makes sense.
Embracing the precepts of Rastafari.
Absolutely, it makes sense. We draw for that level of expertise and bring them into the conversation. But I believe that before we get started, let's just sweeten the listeners' ears with an early piece, and then we bring in our two guests and we take it from there.
Well, we're going to start out with one of the first recorded instances of Nyabinghi drumming in popular music, which is Oh Carolina, done in 1959 by the Folk Brothers.
Yeah, I see you draw for a whole rusty dusty.
Well, we wanted to try to start the thing, get the thing from the grassroots, so we reach out the bottom of the bag. Yes.
Well, the roots of the thing is, it's deeper than just the music,
True
the music is just a genre of the Nyabinghi movement, Nyabinghi Yaawd.
Right.
Like I say, and I love man when know them thing, we do them homework. It's a liberty. You understand? Absolutely. It's a liberty, and out of that liberty, the music, come true. The liberty of Nyabinghi is a liberty of resistance, and a catalyst for social change,
Right.
Because that is how it came into being, from that great queen Nyabinghi who resisted the British. And our spirit, them say, is transcending from one warrior to another warrior queen, come down the line. We see it in our Nanny, one of our heroes, same way, that spirit of resistance. So that is what Nyabinghi, the order and the movement stand for, But I'll turn it over to my brother here, who is Nyabinghi chanter of the highest order. That's all right.
Well, we give thanks, beloved. We give thanks to all the listeners, our hosts, our interviewees and interviewers. Just looking at Nyabinghi, is part of the revolution, and it's part of the praise to the Almighty, who we see in the personality of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. So in giving praise and in a revolutionary resistance against colonialism, come forth these chants. And the foundation of it is the bass, the funde, and the repeater. So you see when the lights gone out, one music I go stand, the first music, before string instrument of electronics and any electronical instrument, the Nyabinghi was foremost. I remember we were at Bob Marley 45th anniversary, and you know, all type of music and musicians were there. And in a second, electricity gone, everything stopped. And the only music that could surface to keep the audience intact was the bass, the funde, and the kete, along with voices. So when everything else failed, you know, remember, we have to go back to the root of it, which is the Nyabinghi. So the Nyabinghi music comprised sacred, revolutionary chants, yeah? Invoking the presence of the Almighty for us, be with us as we resist our evil system. You know, so it's a throne room music in praise of the Almighty, and it's also a music that a call for death and destruction for all black, white oppressors. No matter your color, once you're an oppressor of any people, the Nyabinghi, I say, we will enchant you down. So hence, Babylon, your throne gone down. Name them. All them chants will come out of Ras Michael, Count Azzy, Mystic Revelation of Rastafari, the Rastafari elders, Ras Ivan and family, Profi, all those sacred revolutionary music form part of the Nyabinghi.
You know, you just on reflection and priest Dougie he alluded to it earlier.
There's a science.
Yeah, go again,
behind this
priest.
thing too, you know.
Yes.
Science behind this thing too, you know, because the drum, it rises your vibration. And you know, so there's an optimum level that you're supposed to be vibrating at as an individual. See, much less when you're in a gathering. We're all on vibrating on that level, that frequency, that height of vibration. See, it transcends you, you know. That's why the drum sound, when them three instruments coordinate, it puts you in a trance-like state. I don't mean say you're gone into some space thing, you know. I just mean that your meds is at its deepest. Yeah, man, your consciousness and your meds is at its highest level and your deepest level. You understand? So it's a science to it.
I want to touch on a particular issue, because this music we played earlier, the Carolina tune, you know, it goes back the late 1950s. Prince Buster is, you know, leaving his own Babylon with Coxsone and decided to go and, you know, set up his own shingle. But one of the things he wanted to do was to be a sort of a self-serving in terms of his own creations. He would only play his own music. And so he wanted something different, and he went up to Warwicker Hill, according to the scribes, and reached for Count Azzy. And the, you know, the mystic revelation of Rastafari. It was a sight, according to the scribes, these Rastafarians entering RJR studio, because the music was recorded actually at RJR studios. And when they brought in these huge, you know, hand drums and so on, it was not only a sight, but a cause for concern. But more importantly, I love how Ras laugh, because here is Rasta making it entry into a music and a place that was a symbol of repression against Rastafari. Yes. And here is Rastafari entering this home of repression, if you will. And not only that, entering a music, and from that entry, they never
of the Jamaican music.
They change it, absolutely, God, and they never think. You know, Priest made the point about the meds and the vibrations. God, you always talk about the heartbeat and the drum. You know, that's the significance and the symbolism of the drum in the music to bring Priest's point home. But Ras, you were about to make another point.
Priest Dougie.
Just before Priest D go on, as you mentioned, the entry of Count Azzy, the Mystic Revelation, into RGR. Can you imagine 1966 when Count Azzy and the Mystic Revelation of Rastafari was royally invited to play drums
at King's House
in the presence of His Imperial Majesty and the dignitaries of Jamaica would never like Rasta.
Absolutely. In fact, that was a seat of oppression at King's House, because that's where the Governor General was. And this was the same Governor General who had issued an edict years earlier to literally
obliterate
Rasta because Rasta had made the point that you can't worship no British king because the Rasta king is Emperor Haile.
Hi there. If you enjoyed that clip, go on over to our website at yardmedia.com, where you can watch the entire broadcast at your leisure. And while you're there, why don't you check out our other reggae music features? And before you leave, pick up some of our Jamaican reggae merchandise, and hey, don't forget to tell your friends.
My name is Garth, otherwise known as Big G.
My name is Richard Blackford.